Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodik. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Heroes Return era Captain America. It's pretty fascinating, some good stuff. Coming off the Heroes Reborn, and we already covered the first 7 issues of this run where he has to deal with Hydra and the Skrulls. Now we're going to cover issues 8 through 12. They are all written by Mark Waid, who he does a pretty good job on Cap, but like every once in a while, like he tries to get into these high concepts and political ideas and stuff like that. At least for me, Mark Waid always falls flat in that aspect. Here we have a pretty good example in the next story arc, and art by Andy Kubert, killer art. Even though some of the like Andy Kubert's art, when the characters fight, they do sometimes just some really weird poses that really don't work in combat. But that aside, issue 8, we have Captain America having to deal with this group of Kree. I think they're called the Lunatic Legion or something like that. The thing is, this was part of a crossover that I don't have all the other issues. And if you're reading through all of these issues of the Captain America series, you're not going to understand, like I did, what the hell is going on. We have Carol Danvers, who at this time was called Miss Marvel, or not Warbird, as we need Warbird's further down the line. She was kicked off the Avengers. She had a drinking problem. She sort of became like a liability for the team. She's dealing with these Kree. She calls in Captain America. The cool thing during this era is that Cap lost his original shield. He has a replica of his original triangular shield that he can use. You know, back in the day when first Captain America came out, the golden age of comics, he couldn't use that shield because there was copyright infringement with the character called the Shield. And so that's why he got his round shield. So he loses the classic round shield. He finds this replica of his original shield in a museum, using it during this time. Actually, and you know, his original shield, I think, was destroyed by Baron Stroker. I think a good punch with the Satan Claw just totally destroyed the original one. So, and Carol Danvers are dealing with these Kree. And like the only relevant thing here, because this tie into this crossover is completely shoehorned into the series. Like it comes out of nowhere. You don't understand what the hell is going on. It's just that one of these Krees is super strong, punches a shield, totally destroys it. Here's what I'm telling you guys about weird poses and fights. Like this uppercut looks really awkward. I've been into combat sports for a really long time. I've been boxing since I was 15 years old. I'm really good at grappling. I always look at these details of fights and stuff like that. I know that back in the day, get away with stuff like that, but like that particular pose, and we're gonna get into a couple further down the line, just look really weird. So, Captain America number 9, Cap gets his energy shield during this time. That looks really cool. So the fascinating thing is, Cap goes back to his apartment after 2 years. He was gone in the Heroes Reborn universe, and he discovers people have moved into his apartment. Actually, illegally, they're living in his apartment. They seem to be immigrants, and here's where I laughed my ass off, because the guy tells Cap, he's like, we came here legally. We're from Puerto Rico. It's like Puerto Rico's part of the United States, so of course you're going to come in legally. I feel like Mark Waid was going for Mexican immigrants or some immigrants from South America or Central America, whatever. They didn't give him the green light, so he had at the last moment put in their Puerto Rican. Thing is, this family want to live out their American dream. They can't get a job, and Cap happily lets them live in his apartment. So there's a whole thing of keeping his secret identity, having this whole family there. And the whole concept of the story that we're going to get during this time, he gets the energy shield. It comes from a previous story arc when he had to give up his shield to Bill Clinton. And this one's like better than the one that US Agent used to rock. So the whole premise of the story is that people are like sort of freaking out, turning into super psychopaths, and it all seems to be tied to the American dream. All these people had big plans, and they're just shooting everything down the drain, just becoming these violent psychopaths. Developer that decides he totally flips out and decides to destroy his own building, contracts the Rhino to destroy it. So we get a pretty good battle between Captain America and Rhino. And the energy shield, like, more energy you shoot into it, more energy comes back. So when Rhino tries to charge into the shield, it looks really cool. He goes flying back. Cut to Red Skull. During this time, comes back from the dead. He was like this, a shadow on a wall, like a mark on the wall, because the cosmic cubes exploded during his story arc. Vaporized image was stuck on the wall. That image actually comes off the wall, and he becomes like this weird shadow thing that's consuming people on the beach. It looked really sketchy. He seems to get a little bit of a hand from possibly Kang or Immortus. I don't remember. But what's going on with the whole thing with the American Dream? Well, what's really happening is that Nightmare has been able to hijack people's minds through their belief in the American Dream. So here's what I was saying, like Mark Waid diving into this very important social political concept, American Dream, what it means to people. People can take advantage on that. Like he sets things up like to be really interesting and intellectual, and at least from a storytelling point of view, it just really falls flat. And how Captain America is able, obviously, the biggest believer in the American Dream is going to be Captain America. So Nightmare is able to hijack his mind. He starts causing all types of chaos. He's going to use Captain America to launch atomic bombs all over the United States, and the nuclear winter is going to be the ultimate nightmare. Not sure how this actually benefits Nightmare himself, because a lot of people would die and he would have less minds to inhabit and corrupt. And how Captain America actually ends up defeating Nightmare, it's pretty sloppy. Like, obviously, it's based around the will, Captain America's will and faith within his ideals, himself, on and so forth. But the way it's done, it's really sloppy. Like, the first time I read this, I really liked it. I was really young too. Went back to read this as an adult, and I thought to myself, it's not the best. It's cool to see Captain America go up against one of these universal abstracts. That part's pretty interesting, but outside of that, not the best. So, hope you guys like this video. Did you read the story arc? What did you think about it? See you guys next time. Bye.